That's why you swimming in that goddamn lucre, that goddamn money.
This is our First Corinthians 11:26. For as often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, you do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore, whosoever shall...
So when you eat of this Passover, it's, in other words, it's to remind you that the Lord is coming back. You don't talk about, you just prayed, you just made your fifth prayer to Allah, and then you're going to come to the Passover. Are you out your mind? You just prayed to Amun Ra, you're going to go to Yohana's Passover, then you're going to, while you're eating the Passover, you're going to be ask Amun Ra to bless it, man. Are you out your damn mind, man? That shows that you, Tazariak, you're nothing but a baby, man. You're a big baby. You're a big guy, all right? But you're a baby inside. There's nothing deep about you, man. Nothing deep about you, man. For you to be under General Yohana, man, there's nothing deep about you, man. You can't see through that act.
Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord.
Yeah, so if you're not an Israelite, you don't know that you're an Israelite, you shouldn't be at the Passover. If you're, if you're into the Kemetic way of life, you shouldn't be at the Passover. I wouldn't dare have nobody that's not in the truth in the Passover, man. And then plus you have to be in good standing. You just can't be a fly-by-night Israelite, man. You done disappear for 3 years and all of a sudden you pop up and you want to come to the Passover. Now you say you're an Israelite. You ain't coming to our Passover.
It says, but let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. You know? Yeah, and there was a guy that was that happened to be in the building we were keeping the Passover. I guess he was from the old school that tried to ask Elder Apostle Tahar for some lamb. You know?
I said no.
Yeah, and Elder Apostle Tahar said no.
Yeah, I said we don't have no more lamb. The lamb's finished. You know? Now I don't know if we had lamb or not, but we were finishing out. And he said this guy he was in the school back in like 84. 84, 85, 86, then he just disappeared. And every once in a while he'll show his face. And somehow he was at the Passover. And I guess he peeped in and saw me. And he told some brother, yeah, I know Tahar. I go back, tell Tahar. He knows me. And I went up there and I did recognize the brother. I said, hey, what's up, Shalom, blah, blah, blah. And he said, yeah, there's any way you can give me a piece of some of that lamb? And I said, no, we don't got no more lamb. And then the guy, he figured out what I was saying. He kind of walked away, man. Ain't no way. First of all, you haven't been in this thing in years, and you're gonna pop up and eat a piece of lamb. There's no way in the hell I would have gave you a piece of lamb, man. If that lamb was the last meal to save your life, I wouldn't give you that lamb. You would have had to die right there, man.
Hey, if you're
gonna die anyway.
Hey, if we would have ate that lamb, a bus would have came up. Hey, because he ate the lamb unworthily. And that 29th verse is heavy. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily, eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. So that's why we have such a serious attitude towards the Passover. Because we know just how serious it is. It's a solemn assembly. You know? I mean, back in the past, when I first came into knowledge, we had the Passover. You had brothers singing and rapping and dancing and all that.
That's Marsha and Ariah and the so-called heads.
Yeah,
the seven's fault for not doing nothing, man.
Yeah,
because we were young in the faith, man.
Yeah, we
wasn't
young.
supposed to have people rapping and singing and dancing like Nate is doing. Israelite party.
Yeah,
it's madness, man. That's basically you sit down. You may have a class beforehand, you may not. Mm-hmm. You go through the ceremony, you bless the people and so forth. You eat the lamb, and then you go, man. then you go. There was guys that came out on planes and so forth that grabbed a seat. That came out on planes, man. They partook of the Passover and they got back on the plane the next day and went back to their whatever state they came from.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right. You know, and it's been like that for the last 5, 6, 7 years or so.
Because we grew in the spirit. The scriptures say to grow in the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We grew. We understood that. We understand now, unlike before, we understand now that the Passover is a solemn assembly.
Yeah.
And it's to be kept as a solemn assembly. It's not a time of having a party. Back then, you had women coming to the Passover with their backless dresses. And
yeah. That was like the coming to the Grammys and shit, man. Yeah. Women had their cleavage all out, their legs. They had long dresses with fringes on it, but a slit in their dress. You would see their legs and all that, man.
And they were married to brothers.
Man. There was a lot of adultery going on at One West. So here Tazariak talking stuff that he don't know about. Man, there was a lot of adultery. There was a lot of wickedness going on, man. There were women in there popping all kind of guys up in the school, man. Women coming to school with short damn dresses. I mean, short dresses with fringes on it, man. And nobody would say, now I was the guy that would say, look, sister, you can't come up in here like that. None of them, Yeshai never said it. Yeshai was one of the guys that was popping them women, man. Passing women off, having counsels that a brother can't be with this woman and this woman could go with this other brother. Lahab was behind that, man. So Tazariak, you talking like you know shit. You wasn't there, man. Right. You a baby in this thing. And like I said, what proves that you a baby is you're following a clown. Right. General Yohana, a fucking clown, man. A damn act. And like I said, I'm going to say it again. This is going to be like the third time I'm saying it today. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to destroy the ISUPK and the IUIC and all the rest of these phony-ass Israelite groups.
That's right. You know, so that's the point, you know, because, you know, like now after we have the class and the ceremony, we eat the lamb, and not too long after that, everybody's heading out the door. Yeah, eating in haste, you know, and heading out the door. You know, it ain't no hanging out. You got some guys are drunk, you know, falling, stumbling over, you know, chairs and all that. None of that bullshit.
And recently, the Spirit have gotten on Apostle Ella Tahar to even make the Passover smaller now.
Yep.
So now, just like Yahushua, when he had his Passover, he had a nice small Passover. So recently, the Spirit got on him to say, "This, if we do have the next Passover, is probably going to be a very small Passover, as it should be, you know."
Yeah, that's right.
And a lot of you guys in the other states, you're supposed to be coming up on a level where you're supposed to conduct your own Passover.
Yeah.
You know.
You got the material.
You got the video. We made a video showing you from start to finish how to keep the Passover. So you ain't got no excuse, man. Plus the scriptures say we're supposed to become a kingdom of priests. Some of you come in this knowledge, you have no idea why you even involved in this thing.
Going by the motions.
You know? Some of you come into it because you like a guy's personality. Oh, I like that guy. You know? No, you come in this thing to become a priest. A priest of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, a servant of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Really a prophet, which is of the highest order. The